Till now. Is it till now?
Till what?
Till now, I've always gotten by on my own. I've never really cared until I met you.
Oh, shut up a minute. Let me think. Yeah, till now. Yeah.
Till now.
I've always got by on my Christian's Discovered Heart.
That's just that
apparently. One. 80s Heart. Let me be specific on that. He's discovered 80s Heart.
Barracuda's good too.
That's 70s Heart.
It's not as epic though.
No, they got fucking they joined the 80s craze like every other pop artist and released several. There were several. I liked them. I guess it's my generation. You know, I guess because you know, obviously their rock fans didn't like them, but I mean they made a lot of like poppy kind of like Never. That was one. Never.
I feel like there's a lot of songs I know that just aren't. I don't realize are heart.
Yeah. Well, because it's a totally different sound they had in the 80s than they had in the...
Sure.
And then fucking Nancy Wilson, or whichever one the heavy set one is, lost her fucking mind and...
What happened?
Got fat.
I thought you lost her mind and got fat. She went
crazy. She got fat and
lost
her mind.
Well, what did you mean she lost her mind?
She just started feuding with the fucking band and never touring and didn't want to record and didn't want to be seen and fought with herself. I mean, if I recall, you know.
Well, I'm sure.
So,
I don't know.
That was what I remember my dad talking to me about it because he's a huge Heart fan. And he was talking about it one time. He saw him in Myrtle Beach at House of Blues. Nice. Is that place still around even? I don't know. Dude, I haven't been to Myrtle Beach. God, since we went last, whenever that was, 2004.
Your car was overheating?
Oh,
did you have the Jetta?
Oh, that red Jetta. Wes loves to talk about that to this day. It's his favorite topic.
You're cooling it off. Well, you're waving it down as you're driving, dude.
No, the only way to cool it off was to just let it sit. So we'd have to pull over and sit for like fucking half an hour, 45 minutes.
Wes was climbing on the hood like Mad Max Fury Road, spitting water on the engine.
That might have worked. That might have worked.
Do you know what they do with the gasoline in that Mad Max?
Yeah.
Let's see Wes spitting water on it, dude.
Well, you know, had I been a little older and a little wiser, I might have just taken a gallon of water around with me and just kept putting it in the reservoir, but I didn't know what I know now.
Good.
So
I wish that you knew what you know now then, but when you were younger, something like that song goes.
Yeah.
Who is that? Is that one girl you like?
A lot of artists have done a variation of that.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. Toby Keith did a song. It was like that.
Did he do Live Like You Were Dying?
Maybe.
I feel like that was the song at the theater.
That might have been after he was done with his initial crooning phase. I think that was a
Movie Tunes, dude, from Movie Tunes theaters.
Dude, let me tell you about movie. Y'all, for you folks that don't know about Movie Tunes, when you go to a movie theater and you sit down, you know the music that's playing while you're sitting there waiting on your movie? Well, here's the thing. Back in the day, it wasn't on satellite, and that goddamn shit didn't change for months at a time. So by the time they changed the Movie Tunes, you had memorized all the fucking pops because you clean the theaters, right? And that's the music that's playing while you're cleaning the theater. Plus the music from the end of whatever movie you're cleaning. Yeah. Which would also end up being funny sometimes. Because,
especially if it's a good song.
Yeah, sometimes you have a good song at the end of when the credits are rolling. So, that's good shit.
Insider information.
Insider info, yeah. It's a GeekZip podcast. Ryan, Zip, and Christian. We are back at the Zip Cave. We are hanging out on a lovely Saturday afternoon. Congratulations to Marshall University, Christian. They beat Virginia Tech last week. I said they were playing them. Hope that they won. Writer strike ended. We had a pretty good week.
Yeah, I passed my checkup at the doctor.
Yeah? What'd they check?
I don't know. They didn't examine me or anything. I just went in.
You just walked in and said, you're all right.
Yeah. I had my blood work done.
Okay, well, there you go, yeah.
They said I need to lose weight and quit smoking.
Okay.
I'm starting some.
Is that going to happen or no?
Starting some low blood pressure medicine.
Medicine?
Yeah, I need something.
You need something.
Give me my medicine, doctors.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It has been a good week, you know. I mean, Halloween's in the air and people.
You got your decorations up, yeah.
I got some of mine. I got the rest of them in the mail today, actually.
Oh yeah, the cobwebs look good.
Yeah, cobweb we got out there, and we got some. We're trying to do a zombie graveyard. Is what we're trying to do, and I was able to get some. I got some stuff today that I wasn't able to put out because I had to come up here and record this podcast. So
I think that you had some thing that said turn back, go away, or go back. It said go back on it.
Well, yeah, it's all that shit, you know.
Yeah, it's just funny. I never heard somebody say go back.
Go back.
Go back.
I want you here. Go back. And if you'll notice, I think I know which one you're talking about. I put that one closest to the sidewalk.
It says back off.
Yeah, so people get the fuck away. Me and Kush have a bet on how long they'll stay out there before they're stolen.
Get that camera up, dude.
I do have cameras in my shopping cart at Amazon. It's hard. If I catch that motherfucker who stole my lawnmower. Oh.
Dude, they get motion activated. They're real easy.
I know.
Of course, the guys.
It's not a matter of the technology. It's a matter of the price.
Matter of the technology. They're cheap nowadays.
They're not that cheap.
$30 you use one of these cameras.
You're a fucking idiot. These are fucking simple webcams that he's talking about, people. That you put on your fucking computer. No, that wouldn't work.
Better than nothing.
No, it isn't actually. It's just like nothing.
It could record the whole. You could be watching from your phone right now, dude.
You wouldn't be able to make out shit, and it would try to probably autofocus the entire time. Not to mention lighting.
You'd probably capture an alien on it, dude, like signs.
Yeah, it wouldn't be an alien. It would probably be somebody walking by that looked like an alien.
Yeah, just be blurred. It'd probably be Wes himself walking like the alien, and you wouldn't be able to tell because of the quality of the camera. So I guess maybe it is worth spending money.
Long-time listeners will know, but Wes does an incredible impression of the alien from Signs walking across the entryway there. And everybody knows what scene I'm talking about, so don't pretend like you don't know.
It's like anywhere there's an entryway, an alien.
He does it.
An alien could pass right by.
He does it.
Just walk right on by, dude, right out in the open.
He used to do it. And I mean, like anytime there was a doorway, you'd see, hey guys, and then you see Wes walk by really fucking weirdly.
He'd just be sneaking by, dude, and go alien mode.
Whew. God damn.
What you watching?
Oh man, I watched a lot of shit this week. What did I watch? Kitchen Nightmares is back on.
Yeah, did you watch it?
I watched it. I watched the first episode. I don't know.
I was gonna say, does it still have the magic?
I'm not feeling the magic. I mean, he didn't get as mad. You know, he didn't insult him as hard.
Was it worth getting mad though? I mean, some of those places are worse than others.
I mean, dude, this place, its menu was like an encyclopedia. I mean, I know you've seen big menus on that show. He said he counted. The narrator said they found over 450 dishes on that fucking menu. Jeez, 450. Wow. So, of course, he goes in there and orders
the restaurant?
The shit. Yeah. Well, it's a diner. Okay.
Well, I didn't want to make sure it wasn't like a hotel.
No. This is Kitchen Nightmare. This is old school. Back to going to the restaurants in America, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, this fucking place... Of course, he goes in there and he orders the shit that no one ever orders. That's his MO, right? Because I can tell you from working in a kitchen, when you make common stuff all the time, it becomes second nature and you get really good at it. But then there's that one thing on the fucking menu that nobody ever orders. Mm-hmm. And you go to make it and you just fuck it up because you just don't know how to make it. Which is a lot of what happened.
I like how Taffer sometimes does the orders one of everything on the menu.
Yeah. Same thing. I mean, and it's a great lesson. It's like, don't have it on your fucking menu if you can't cook it.
It's funny how mad the fucking kitchen gets. He ordered one of everything.
Well, the kitchen on Bar Rescue gets real because that's a bar kitchen. It's a big difference. They got enough to deal with without having to worry about John Taffer in there throwing shit all over the kitchen.
Sure. It's like, this is for drunks. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. He goes in there and makes that gourmet shit in the kitchen. I'm like, I wouldn't give a shit if I'm drunk. I just want some cheesy fries. Who gives a shit? Shout out to Union and for his amazing cheesy fries that I used to eat.
I was watching Naked Attraction, dude. It's this Max show that's like a British show.
Are they naked?
Yeah, they're totally naked. A dating show, and there's like 6 seasons of it.
They date and they're completely naked.
Yep. It's like you take a person and then there's like 6 like pods around them, and they start pulling the screen up from the pod bottom, and it goes up above the person's waist and stops. So the first thing you see on the contestants is their dong or their vagina, and then you have to eliminate one based on that.
Are you being for real right now?
Yeah.
This is a real show?
Yeah.
What's it on?
Max.
What's it called?
Naked Attraction.
I've got to see this. So they're completely naked.
Yep.
And they're given 6 pictures.
No,
or they're people
they're
inside.
standing there.
Okay, they're standing there.
They're standing there.
And they slowly lift like a curtain or a lighting effect.
Yeah, yeah. And the people in the pod can't see who's judging them until the screen above goes.
So
above
they
their
don't
head.
know what they look like either.
Yeah. But then at the end, that the person that's picking has to come out naked between the last 2 contestants. So the last 2 contestants do get to see the person picking naked.
Do they judge? Can they say, nah?
No, they probably do that later, but they
Man.
they do a lot of like they're like when they go up and inspect the bodies and talk about like what they like and what they don't like.
Holy shit, dude. I need to watch this.
It's very body positive.
This
and
is
everything,
one step away from Ass, the film, from fucking...
So far, it seems like most of the matches have worked out.
Well, I mean, I guess...
Like, it goes like you eliminate one.
It's
eliminate
very shallow.
You eliminate... Well, that's what evolution's based on and stuff.
I mean, it's like, I don't care what you think or what you fucking...
Well, hey, that's
what
the
your
whole
thoughts
point.
are on life. I mean, dating's hard. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
So.
But it was funny, too, because it's like first you see...
But that's just crazy. That's an interesting concept for a show, too.
First you see the bottom half, and then you see the chest, and then you see the face, and then you hear their voice. They say, like, what they like and dislike about their own bodies. And after each stage, you cut somebody. Till you're down to just 2 people. 2 naked people.
Has it ever revealed like a ugly as fuck person? Like
no, they've all been pretty.
Are they all models?
They're like more normal people.
Really?
Yeah. Like it's not like they have Playboy boobs.
That'd be different. Like like if it was like The Bachelor doing that shit. It's like, well, I mean, they're all going to fucking look. I mean, it's like.
I mean, most of the guys seem like they work out, but there was one pudgy guy on there on this latest episode I watched.
That takes some balls, dude. Staying there naked.
Yeah, sure.
Having that shit fucking rise on your dong.
I've seen a lot of uncircumcised uncircumcised than I ever wanted to, dude.
Oh, dude, you couldn't have fucked that up any worse if you tried.
Well, I guess that's how it is in the UK.
Oh, my chest hurts. Oh.
Apparently, they said a percentage of women like them uncircumcised.
Really?
Yeah, apparently, I guess it stimulates the clitoris. I told you this was going to be a good show to talk about.
I can't take you saying that word, bro. I can't do it.
It came out kind of funny, too.
It did. Like you're a fucking health teacher.
I had to put on my doctor voice.
Oh.
But yeah, they got 6 seasons of this show, dude.
6 seasons? It's been going on for 6 seasons?
Apparently.
Damn. What's it called?
Naked Attraction.
Naked Attraction. I'm going to watch this shit.
Hey, it's funny just to see.
I'm going to watch this shit.
It's quite the concept.
Yeah, it's quite the concept. Damn straight. I watched Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You caught up?
No, I still haven't. I need to, but I was watching Gen V first.
I'm not even caught up on The Boys, so I need to get caught up on The Boys first.
Yeah, there might be
Gen V.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Spoilers in Gen V if you're not caught up on The Boys.
I bought some horror movies for the season.
Halloween. Did you get any Halloweens?
I have all the Halloween.
Well, what'd you buy?
I bought Bad Moon, the werewolf movie that we always talk about with Michael Pure.
Did you and Kush ever finish watching Supernatural, or did you put that on a break?
We put it on a break after Dean was in hell because obviously that was an intense season.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even got to that.
So yeah, Castiel hadn't appeared or any of that shit yet.
Gotcha.
So
I was just wondering.
about
I was
that.
thinking
No,
about
I mean
that the other day.
We talk about it. We're like, you want to go back to Supernatural, but we always find something. I mean, there's so much shit.
Yeah.
It's so hard, and she had never seen this. This is fucking crazy. We watched From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
She had never, not only seen it, had never heard of it.
Huh.
Like was like, what is that? George Clooney? Is that Quinto? What the fuck is this shit? I'm like, have you never seen this movie?
I enjoyed the series they made off of that too. It got pretty goofy towards the end, but it was.
Was that an MTV thing?
I don't know what it was, but it had some.
Well, they had sequel movies too, right?
Well, yeah, there's a second
three?
and a third one. Yeah,
3.
I think the third one was like a prequel. But the TV series was pretty good. It was almost like Supernatural,
Man,
with
that
like
fucking,
two brothers doing their thing.
That fucking first movie, man, god damn. I remember I walked out of that theater. I was like, that's one of the fucking best vampire movies I ever seen, if not
the TV series actually retells the first movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it still called The Titty Twister?
I think so.
Should be. Is Cheech Marin still in it?
I don't know who that is.
He's the pussy guy from
guess.
the movie.
Cheech and Chong, but I don't know. It's hard to tell when he's all dirtied up like that.
He's a dirt ball. What else? Okay. God damn. I have watched a lot of shit this week, and I was going to talk about it, and now I can't remember what all I've watched. What'd you watch besides The Naked Show?
I told you Gen V.
How many episodes of that?
3. There's 3 out right now.
Right. I'll think of it as we go along.
I watched the
I was getting ready to snap. So.
The Daryl show, Daryl Dixon.
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that?
It's all right. It's pretty cool. It's funny though, I guess in France they use more older guns. It seems like they're using like dry powder weapons. Yeah,
interesting.
Dude.
God damn, that'd be hard.
Shooting muskets at zombies.
Yeah, it's like, fuck me. Talk about stressful. I don't know if I'd be able to load it. Yeah, God.
Man, I didn't have the camera on my hands. I was going like this.
You got to get out your ramrod. Oh, it is sinus season, people.
No.
Yep.
No, Zip's always got it bad. Those allergies.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Clogging them up.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go see the doctor, dude.
I see a doctor.
Dr. Doom.
Hopefully we see a lot of him.
Dr. Death, Steve Williams. Huntington's mayor, right?
You should use that shit. That'd be fucking hilarious. All right, we're running late. Let's get to the news and check out what we got going on. We did have some RIPs this week, Chris.
Yeah.
First one up is Mr. Michael Gambon. Is that it? Gambon?
Gambon.
Most people will know him from Dumbledore in the Harry Potter franchise. He replaced the late Richard Harris after he passed away early on. I don't know him from fucking Harry Potter. What I know this guy the most from was...
so that's because you don't know Harry Potter.
No, I don't. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. God damn. What was the name of it? I know him from Open Range. He was the bad guy, which Open Range is like this cowboy movie with Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner where they play free grazers. Cattlemen. Yeah. There you go. Good. Cattlemen.
I think I kind of remember. I'm not sure. Sounds familiar.
Of course, he would go on to, be in John Frankenheimer's Telepic Path to War, Ali G in the House. He was in that Hell Caesar movie that the Coens did a couple years ago. So he is just, all the fans say he was very warm and very kind, and he had that. I loved him because he had that Irish English kind of fucking shitty accent.
There was some video with him and Snape actor messing with Harry with a fart machine.
That's awesome. I could see that. It was Snape. Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Alan
I kept thinking of Alan Tudyk because that's not right.
Yeah, I kept doing that too. He was 82. All our best to his family and fans. Michael, obviously a very gifted actor. Man, we're losing some good ones. It's pretty unfortunate.
That's life, dude.
Zordon's calling me.
I'm sure it's not just Alpha looking for
Alpha
it's Alpha with a
fucking
booty call.
around. Yeah, Alpha just fucking around in the command center.
It's because he wants to bang you.
The next one, what?
It's
What?
Lola Chantrell.
No.
Mitchell. Well, there it goes.
What did I fucking say? Called it bigger than shit.
Well, what was that? It's that girl. It was that girl's fault.
That girl crashed us.
Yeah. That ad. She was on that ad. That intrusive ad.
It's an ad.
That ad.
It's an ad.
David McCallum from NCIS and the man from UNCLE star dies at 90. He was a star of those things. And Zip knew him as the voice as Alfred in these Batman DC animated things.
Yeah, I did. Which was awesome.
I don't think I ever watched NCIS. Did you ever watch that show?
I didn't. I NCIS. I always watched like
Is that
Law and
Naval
Order
Crime
shit.
Investigation Services or something?
What?
Does
It
NCIS
has something to do with the
for
Navy.
naval crime?
It's something to do with the Navy. I never watched The Man from U.N.C.L.E. either.
I heard the remake was good.
So
The movie, The Man from the Uncle.
yeah.
Doesn't it have what's his name in it? Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And a People Eater Army Hammer.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Fucking graphics card. It never fails. So that'll be a fun weekend for me, putting all this shit together and combining it.
We appreciate you, Zip.
Yeah, thank you for
Round
your
of
patience.
applause.
No, I appreciate our listeners' patience.
No, I mean, we appreciate your hard work putting
Well,
it
you
together.
know, I mean, I try, but yeah, sometimes it's out of my control. Anyway, 1,000 apologies for David McCallum. We were talking about him before we went down. Passed away at age 90, passed away peacefully. He was a star of NCIS, which is, as we were talking about, the
Naval Crime Industry Syndicate.
Investigative
Services.
I think that's probably closer.
Yeah, that's better, definitely.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
UNCLE. What's that stand for?
The
United
Nations
Children live everywhere.
United Nations children live everywhere. That's worse than S.H.I.E.L.D. He also voiced, as you mentioned, Alfred Pennyworth in several of the DC animated features that have come out in the past few years, including Batman and Son, Batman vs. Superman, when that guy that's on the wall behind you, that guy, when he started voicing Batman.
Son of the Batman?
Yeah, Son of Batman. He was the voice of Alfred. Peter McCallum was. So,
we got my shirt in the shot now, too. What?
that probably means it's not shooting at the right resolution, but I don't give a shit. We're going to put it together anyway.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, as long as it's recording. All right. So that is all RIPs, and now let's get over to the news, and I was never happier to see a fucking headline in my life than to see this.
You were excited about this one.
Oh, I was so happy.
You love seeing...
Fuck him. I hope all his movies bomb. I hope they all bomb.
He's talking about Tom Cruise, one of the most hated stars of Hollywood.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, despite all its fucking jumping off cliffs and goddamn press blowjobs, end its domestic run with only $172 million, considering the fact its budget was $300 million. I'd say that's pretty much a dump.
Well, what happened? I thought people loved
People fucking hate him. They're over it, dude.
They love Top Gun.
No, they don't. They're over it. They like Top Gun because of the fighter jets.
Ooh.
Because you can't find that in any other movie anywhere else as good as that. I'll admit that. But him, fuck him.
That's why
people are done with him.
We're going to see a lot more fighter jet movies coming out this year.
Maybe. I mean, when Top Gun came out, you saw fucking Iron Eagle. You saw fucking all these goddamn fighter jet
There's going to be a spinoff, dude, called Fast and Flying.
They don't have to do that. They do that in the regular movies. They fly like jets, their cars do, and go to the moon and fucking all this other shit.
It's
apparently.
like Jetsons.
God damn. I mean, I know people give me shit about watching comic book movies, but you watch those Fast and Furious movies, you're 10 times worse than we are.
Oh, don't make fun of those movies.
Because those movies indicate that could possibly happen in some reality somewhere.
Hey, they're about family. That's what matters.
That cars can swing across rope bridges and chasms. All right. I don't know why. All kidding aside, I'm not sure why it bombed. It's a bad year for blockbuster movies in general.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's just movies are not doing well. And at first, everybody was like, "Oh, it's just the comic book movies that are suffering." No, it's every fucking movie that's suffering. People don't want to come out.
Oh yeah, spend $20 on a movie ticket.
It's back to the old story. You know, it costs too much to go to the fucking movie, so nobody's seeing anything, and then you get it on streaming, and it blows up like Blue Beetle. It's making a ton of money now that it's available to watch at home because people do not want to fucking go out. It has nothing to do with the films. However, Tom Cruise is a fucking prick, and he deserves everything he gets.
He looks pretty tall in that picture.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's fake.
All right, let's get to the good news, Christian. The writer's strike is over, but the SAG-AFTRA strike is still going on.
The actors.
So the writers came back to work. The actors have not. So we're still
the writers
fucked.
started a lot earlier, too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and they had a lot more earlier negotiations than the actors
I think
did.
it said they were like 158 days in the strike for the writers.
I think that's right.
The
Yeah,
actors are like 70 or 80 or something.
72 or some shit like that when I read this article. That was 5 days ago.
Yeah.
You know, this is a good first step because the writers initiated, as Christian mentioned, the whole thing, and it has led to an overall illumination of these processes in Hollywood that really don't float anymore. I mean, these people can't live off breadcrumbs and say, "Oh, I'm a writer in Hollywood, so I'm big and famous, so I don't care." They can't do that anymore. And I'm glad they're getting... I hope sincerely that they got a good deal. I don't know what deal they had. That's obviously not a part of the conversation that we are a part of. But, you know, I hope they got a better deal. I know that Bill Maher, as we record Saturday the 30th, was on last night. Like a new episode. Hadn't had a new episode since the whole strike began. So.
I think the rest of the late night shows are coming back Monday.
Is that the deal? Okay. So, you know, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, you know, and I read one report that, you know, as far as film and television writing goes, not so much, you know, week-to-week sketch writing. They say that might not be normal until after the first of the year, get back to normal. So, you know, happy the writers got what they needed. You know, everybody needs a living wage.
Yep.
I'm happy that the talk show host can get back to work. I'm a huge Bill Maher fan. So I was really missing his show. I watched it every week. So, you know,
I'm more excited for Seth Meyers.
Well, I want to see, but Bill, he's going to talk about the strike, right? And he's going to say what the feeling. I mean, those comedy guys aren't going to talk about it, probably, or they'll talk about it, but they'll fucking kind of jab at it. You know, it won't be like a fucking conversation or what have you.
Yeah, I don't really care about hearing this about the strike.
You're over the strike?
No, I would rather hear Seth talk about politics.
The strike ending also lifted suspensions from Warner Brothers for those deals that we spoke about a few shows ago for Chuck Lorre and Greg Berlanti and J.J. Abrams.
The ones J.J. hadn't...
Yeah, that you said that, you know, he hadn't done shit on, so why care?
He just getting millions for doing nothing.
Again, you know, it's just, I'm happy everything's getting back to normal. I should give a shit less. I really don't know what he does anyway, except for his bad robot shit. The actors are supposed to go back to the table next week to continue negotiations with the AMPTP. That's the American Motion Picture something TP.
I couldn't understand what the last P stood for.
And don't forget, you know, I think a big part of this whole situation with the actor strike is that we can't remember that we're not talking about the George Clooney's and the fucking, you know, Tom Cruise's and the fucking, you know, asshole, big time asshole actors that make billions. We're talking about voice actors, the character actors that you know and love, there's a lot of people in a film other than its main actors that make it. So always keep that in mind, that it's not, I mean, because the people I talk to, that's always their, like they need more money. They're talking about fucking George and Arnold and all these other fucking billionaires. And I'm like, they're not all billionaires. Not all actors are billionaires.
Just like the athletes.
There you go. So hopefully they get something worked out this week.
I'm like, when you complain about the athletes, think about who's got enough money to pay the athletes that much money.
That's fucking deep, man. That's fucking deep. As the strike ends, The Last of Us Season 2 showrunner Craig Mazin is ready to get Last of Us Season 2 finished up. They say that as soon as it is wrapped, they will continue forward with the show. Still no word on a release date, I don't think.
Should be easy enough, considering.
I mean, I wouldn't think so. I mean,
it's all laid out in the game.
Yeah, it's like, just follow the fucking game. But again, my fear... Okay, here's my fear of season 2. They had a bunch of lightning in the bottle in season 1, like that episode with the 2 guys and a lot of that shit that wasn't in the game. That wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm worried that they're going to try to mimic that in some way, and try to create these fucking...
Well, I mean, that makes sense to me, to flesh it out a bit.
But you got to be careful that it's a good addition to the lore rather than a shit. Yeah. We got lucky last season. It was a beautiful, amazing addition.
I don't know about got lucky.
Well, I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, it could have...
I'm saying they have a good track record.
That's true. I totally agree with that, yeah. For sure. And I mean, I trust them, but, still can't help but think about it with the way things are these days.
I hope it doesn't do the whole... second game. I think maybe do half of it or something.
I don't think you could. I mean, you have to do like 2 movies. There's like 2 parts to that game. All right, let's head over to some news that we got last week. Starz has cut several shows from their lineup, including the wrestling drama series Heels.
My brother Trevor liked that one.
Really? I never watched it, honestly.
He said it ended on a cliffhanger too, and
I heard it ended on a cliffhanger. That's what everybody's bitching about.
They said one of the show people is like trying to shop it around to other places to hopefully get it picked up again.
I have seen those headlines too. Yes, that they're actually trying. They approach. I think they approach Netflix. They approach Max, and I think Paramount maybe. I'll check it out. I mean, it looks good. I got nothing against it. There's just too much shit to watch.
Yeah, I don't have Starz.
So I have Starz. I have fucking Starz, and I don't watch it. Run the World and Blind Spotting was also canceled.
You should give it a chance if you got Starz.
Well, no, that's what I just fucking said.
We should. I don't have Starz, or else I would have watched it at least one episode.
All right, Christian, you posted this story, so I wanted to make sure we spend a little bit of time talking about it.
I was kind of hoping you wouldn't put this on the podcast because it's such a long article.
Well, we don't have to talk about the whole article.
No, I just meant I didn't want to have to say that I read it because at first I hadn't read it, so I made sure that I read it.
I mean, the headline says it all. It says how streaming became the new frontier for horror.
Yeah.
And,
and it's about like the streaming channels, Shudder and Screambox. Right. Is that right?
Yeah, Screambox is one of them.
And then the other streamers like Netflix,
but it talks
Prime,
about how they had to turn up the volume on some of the things in horror films, like the gore and the blood and all that shit. You're seeing way more in horror movies nowadays than you ever saw before, because they're not catering to such a wider audience. They can cater to the subscriber, and then it's up to the subscriber. You place the responsibility of watching the show in the subscriber's hands.
Yeah, and they were talking about the curation that goes into the channels and stuff, and how the algorithm...
That's important.
There's not really a horror algorithm.
No. So that's what I'm saying. When I log on Shudder, I get it all. I mean, there's not like a fucking For You. Yeah. It's like anything and everything. And horror has made some huge strides. I think specifically of... what's his name? In Bly Manor and all that shit. Mike Flanagan. I mean, you wouldn't have his shit without the streaming platforms. I guarantee you they wouldn't have made that shit into movies. So, it's a very interesting article. I highly recommend you read it. Christian found it. Apparently didn't read it at first, but then read it.
So it looked like a good read.
It is. I mean, and you know, it talks about Prey, and it talks about the Hellraiser remake on Hulu.
Yeah.
And like as I mentioned, Mike Flanagan stuff, American Horror Stories in there some. So it's just a really great article. If you like horror, it's a good read.
I'm glad you appreciate that article.
I always appreciate when you share shit to the page because that means I don't have to.
I also shared a comment about Gen V. I just posted. I put Gen V is bloody good time or something.
Oh, cool. Is that what the guy says?
You know, I was like diabolical, like the guy says in Boys or whatever. He talks English, yeah. So I was kind of thinking about that. But it also could be about, because I used the word bloody, and that's her powers, dude. She has like blood powers. She telekinetically controls.
What the hell is blood power?
She telekinetically controls her blood or other people's blood. So, like, she'll cut her hand and be like...
Just blood?
It seems that way.
Or liquid?
Blood so far.
The Boys is so fucked up.
Yeah, they talk about how, like, that power isn't going over in Middle America.
No shit! And it ain't going over a lot of places.
They were also saying, like, well, I hope she doesn't get a lawsuit. I hope she doesn't have hep C.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, just The Boys is fucking raw, man. God damn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this whole series.
I'm gonna have to get back into that.
And that other series I need to watch, Ahsoka. There we go.
So I posted this story because I think it's making a very good point and something you and I often argue about.
Sure.
And that is the sequel films. I'm referring to episodes 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm. And how they lost the plot. They forgot about Anakin.
So it's and you know, this is and you can credit this fucking story because this is really the first time that I kind of saw where you were coming from.
Good.
Where it was a situation of you have all of this incredible rich history and lore with Vader and Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and Rebels and, you know, Mandalorian and all this other shit. You know, and they're right. I love the writing in Ahsoka 10 times better than the writing for the films.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything means something, you know? And that's what Star Wars to me was always all about, is that it always reflected, like Luke getting his hand cut off. In Jedi, he cuts off Vader's hand, and there's that moment where he sees that he's cut off the hand, looks at his own hand, and grip. So everything had a reason.
Well, it's kind of like, remember we talked about like George Lucas and every little character had a story.
Right. And I mean, he got away from that with the prequel films a little bit, but I feel like in episode 3, he came full circle and came back around. Right, because that first one was just all over the place with new characters, and you didn't know who was where and where they came from, or who they were with, or who they were affiliated with. Didn't know the fucking separatists or any of that shit.
Yeah.
So you know, Ahsoka, what it's doing is it's adding to something. It's basically enhancing something that was working fucking beautifully to begin with. It's like taking an engine that is just purring like a fucking kitten and somehow making it better. Because everybody, I mean, from the Obi-Wan series, they saw, holy shit, people really care more about fucking Vader and Anakin's, you know, fate than goddamn, you know, Rey or whatever. Now, I will say, I still think that the sequel films were good films. And I think that they had a lot of rich stuff in it that was good to see on a big screen again.
Sure, they were fun. I mean, like I said, I didn't ever really
particularly
watch them
enjoyed Han Solo or Harrison Ford's return.
Yeah.
Luke's not so much.
Or Leia flying through space. That was weird too.
There was a lot of dumb shit about about those movies. I've never denied that, but I don't think they sucked. That was my point.
No.
You know, I think in 10 years, just like the prequel films, everybody will love them like they love them now. 10 years ago,
like you're saying, it's like they're still Star Wars, but they're just they weren't enhancing anything.
Exactly.
They weren't tying in.
They weren't. Right. They were trying to create a whole new and not. paying homage to what had come before,
Yeah,
and
they
I
just
think,
kind of tried to shoehorn it in.
so there you go. So now I understand more of what you're saying about the sequel films, and highly recommend that you get through Ahsoka and watch it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after. I mean, I only got half an episode of Gen V left.
It is a great show. If you're not watching it, it hits Disney Plus every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
How many episodes we got left? 2, maybe?
2? We're on 8.
Maybe 1.
Maybe there's 1, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Grand Admiral Thrawn's Night Troopers, the ones from the series, I guess those are supposed to be the zombie troopers, Christian.
I'm not familiar with zombie troopers.
So
I guess
from
a book, a Legends book.
Yeah, a Legends book, yes, where, a lot of the...
And apparently there was an undead person in Ahsoka from the Night Sisters. Barrick something,
yes,
it said?
Yes.
Is that his name, Barrick? One of the Inquisitors or something was an undead person.
Fuck. I can't remember the name of it. I also found out, I went and looked up Thrawn's Star Destroyer, the Chimera, which I didn't know was like a different type of Star Destroyer from, a Star Destroyer. I didn't know there. And it's crazy looking at all the modifications he's made. I read a lot about Thrawn after I saw him premiere because I really...
Isn't he a Chiss alien?
So yeah, Chiss, and they're like really strategic and like
he's like the best military
chess player.
mind
Yeah, and that's like something again. I think
he's like General Lee, dude.
Oh,
Civil War reference, Dad.
I love that. Yeah, Dr. Lewis will love that. No, Thrawn is just it's in a franchise where you're badass if you can do crazy shit with a lightsaber or you're fucking ace pilot or any of that shit. It's nice to see military brains being highlighted, and you feel that when he's on screen, like he just knows everything that's going on.
Akbar was pretty good with the military mind too.
Yeah. For sure, but I mean, again,
it's a trap, man.
Yeah.
They're like, no, duh, it's a trap.
No shit, Akbar. Oh, again, just a really great show. Some great sequences, and Ray Stevens. Oh my God, what a shame, that he couldn't see the respect that he's getting from the show.
Response that
they're calling him one of the best Siths since fucking Vader, and I gotta agree. And I mean, the way he fights is it's kind of a mixture of Count Dooku and Vader.
I imagine he's inspiring a lot of cosplayers.
I hope too. He looks fucking incredible. I think he looks great with those fucking big ass shoulder pads on and fucking whatever. He looks like he's from the fucking clone, and his backstory is so fucking great.
I need to watch it. I know.
Oh, it's so good. Anyway, watch Ahsoka if you haven't already. This makes me nervous, Christian. We had some footage come out of He-Man, the new Masters of the Universe Revolution series. This is the follow-up to Revelations.
Footage of Toxic Avenger came out too, but I forgot to watch it.
I didn't watch it either. That's why I didn't put it on here, but I did see it came out. We'll have to watch that.
We'll
talk
good.
about that next week.
I heard comments about it saying it.
I've heard
crazy
good things.
Reporters that reminded them of RoboCop. Everyone was saying it.
Well, it's Tuma, so that's what they do.
Everyone was saying it had Paul Verhoeven feeling.
Good. That's what it needs to have. I mean, that's the only thing that's going to save a movie like that is just its fucking craziness. All right. So anyway, this clip, which is He-Man fighting Scareglow, people are nervous about this new show, Christian.
Well, they're still mad about the last one. They're still butthurt over Tila being the main character.
I mean, she was. I don't know if I'd call her the main character, really.
I don't know. She seemed to be the focus of
there was a lot of focus on Prince Adam though too, and the relationship with his parents.
Weren't there some episodes he wasn't even in though?
Well, he was dead for I think an episode where they were trying to get to the afterlife to get him.
Yeah. He's in a few, and he wasn't even a few episodes, so he's not the main character.
Oh,
Tila was in
God.
every episode, I bet.
Maybe. I don't remember. I have
But
to go
these
back
are
and watch.
people that think it's woke and all this other nonsense.
Yeah. So anyway, we're looking. I'm looking for. I love He-Man. Look at my fucking room.
Yeah.
Look behind me. You know
I
what
think
mean?
it's good animation. It's an interesting story.
It's always been an interesting story, and the good animation just makes it better. So I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people.
Stuff is interesting. I don't.
Yes, I mean it's just as good. I watched He-Man for all the characters, not just fucking He-Man.
Yeah.
And when He-Man was there, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but what if he's woke, dude? He's gonna be bad. I don't even know what that means.
How the fuck are you gonna make He-Man woke? Explain that to me.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Make him be respectful of different races.
He-Man's a racist now. I love that.
No, he's the opposite of racist, dude. He's woke.
Kevin Smith lied. He-Man died.
Yeah, see, they were real mad about it, dude. These woke people are crazy. Welcome to woke AF Hollywood, dude. This was a weird, scary article.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, some of this shit. Did you watch the clip?
No.
It was pretty good.
I never finished the other series. I watched most
I loved
of
it. I've watched it twice through now.
That's
twice. Cool. It's a continuation, so I like it. 3 actors out of all the DC properties that have come out in the last 10 years are going to remain through James Gunn's transformation. They are John Cena,
Zolo.
I'm not saying his last name.
I'm not even sure if I'm saying
Blue
Zolo
Beetle.
right.
Yeah, it's probably Solo or something like that.
Cholo.
Blue Beetle.
Not Cholo.
Not Cholo. It's definitely not Cholo.
Oh, I'm just trying to be woke over here.
I know. And it's and you see the repercussions of it.
You go woke, you gonna choke.
So, and that's a good one. And Viola Davis as Amanda
Waller, The Wall.
The Wall is going to stick around, yeah. So they are going to be moving forward in James Gunn's DCU, and he confirmed that on social media himself. So,
and he didn't say Gal Gadot.
you know, he didn't say Gal Gadot, didn't say Henry Cavill, and he didn't say fucking Ben Affleck. Did you see this fucking story, Christian?
That's a sad story, man. All these scalpers
These
out there.
fucking idiots. Okay, from what I can gather,
There's a Van Gogh exhibit.
But
There's a collaboration with Pokemon. Pikachu himself.
So there is at the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, there is a exhibition that is called the Pokemon Center, which is just paintings and stuff of Pokemon in Van Gogh style.
Oh yeah.
I saw a picture of Detective Pikachu. I was trying to see if it was on here, but it's not.
Yeah, the one with the green hat. The card that everybody wants. Because I guess they had product there too that people were wanting to get their hands on.
Yes, that and it turned into a fucking riot.
And it was meant for kids. Meant for kids, like they do a little puzzle and then they get a little card.
Yeah.
But apparently scalpers have taken them all and now they're selling them online.
This is the museum, if you're watching our video feed, of them trying to get the products that Christian's referring to, which appears to be just some,
pictures
stuffed
and, animals.
Yeah, like posters and stuff.
They're like I gotta
that.
get the Pikachu. You know the Pikachu?
Hundreds of people, and just I hope there weren't any kids in there, for Christ's sake. Nuts.
Well, it's just like tickets to things and all kinds of everything else that scalpers ruin.
You're not wrong. Scalpers are a leech on our society. There's no doubt about it. The Golden Globes have added 2 new categories to their awards list, Christian. You want to know what they are?
Most Desperate Award Show?
Most irrelevant. They are blockbuster movies and stand-up comics. That's interesting.
It should be more like stand-up special.
I think that's what they
I know
mean.
that's what they mean, but it just sounds like stand-up comic. Like,
Oh, well,
it's like
yeah,
you got to have a special, dude. You can't just be up there.
I don't know what they're named officially. It may be
I know that's
named
just what
that.
it said.
Yeah,
yes.
but I mean that's the idea is that, and I think that's a good idea. There's a lot of production that goes into a comedy special.
Yeah, it sounds like me. I mean, I'm sure they've been getting awards in other places for
Sure.
a while. Yeah,
Sure.
But
I'm sure there's something Academy related.
It's cool that the Golden Globes will start celebrating.
The blockbuster movies category is interesting to me. I am interested to see how that category works out because that's something that a lot of people for years
kind of wanted to
have
see.
said, like, you know,
maybe if big movies were part of the awards,
yeah,
they'd get more
if they
eyes
got
on
the
it.
acclaim, right? If they got the acclaim that the fucking other ones got, maybe it'd be different. So
People are like, I want to see X-Men win.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
like then you got like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man in there. You could throw that in there. You could definitely throw in all the Lord of the Rings movies, not just Return of the King. You know, Die Hard.
Matrix.
Yeah, the list goes on. You can do all kinds. Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, all the superhero movies were blockbusters. So
Except for Flash.
that'll be fuck you. So that's what I think will be interesting is what
it
movies
might
will
be
be in that first category next year. Will it be nothing but superhero movies? I'm sure Dead Reckoning will be in there, but they'll fucking fail like it failed it in box office.
Maybe Oppenheimer.
Possibly. Would you consider that a blockbuster?
I think so.
Barbie?
Yeah, I don't know. Barbie.
I think Barbie would take it this year.
Could be.
Did you see the new trailer for True Detective Night Country, Christian? Oh, man, it looks really good.
No.
Looks really good.
I still haven't watched any True Detectives past the first season.
They're all good. True Detective Night Country drops on January 14th, 9 p.m. on HBO and Max. It's got Jodie Foster and Kylie Rise. And
Did they say they just have a frozen chunk of bodies or something?
Yeah, it's like a bunch of bodies that have been frozen into a block of ice.
Yikes.
Yeah. We haven't really seen too much of Jodie Foster in a few years. You know, she's kind of not made movies and been kind of quiet, but
Yeah.
I feel like True Detective would be an amazing role for her, particularly given the roles that she's played in the past.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Well, she didn't play Hannibal Lecter.
She
played
didn't?
Clarice Starling. Yeah.
Oh.
The chick who hunted Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, the one he said Clarice.
Yes, that's correct.
He's talking to her.
They are trying to do a They Live reboot in the form of a
Film?
no, it's a film. But
Okay.
it's not going to be exactly They Live. It's called something else.
Oh, it's like the
They Live,
based
the
on
Conspiracy Unveiled is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's going to have a more contemporary feel than They Live, which I guess you'd have to have because it's fucking They Live was made in the 80s with Roddy Piper. So
Yeah.
first of all, if you've never seen They Live, you have not lived. That is a great fucking movie.
I still haven't finished it.
It's so good.
Is his name Nada?
Roddy Piper, Johnny Nada.
Johnny Nada.
Yeah, Johnny Nada.
Nada. N-A-D-A. Nada.
Nada. The famous line in our intro.
Oh, yeah.
says, I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
And that was one of his wrestling lines that got incorporated into the movie.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
You're full of shit.
No, that's what he said and John Carpenter said.
It's looking like the Batman director Matt Reeves may be helming the reboot with Gollum actor Andy Serkis as Nada. What do you think, Christian? You see
He
Andy?
was also in Wakanda. Not Wakanda, Black Panther. He played Claw. Andy Serkis did.
I will still contend
What?
to this day that him singing What Is Love by Hathaway when the fucking guy's coming in to interrogate him is the funniest scene in any Marvel movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
It is a good song. I asked Alexa to play it one day.
The way he sings it is funny because he's saying, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
We'll keep you updated on the They Live reboot. They better not fuck it up. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, they better not.
Because They Live is great. Oh, man. Oh,
Speaking
Sly.
of blowing up.
Oh, poor Sly. Expendables has bombed in the worst box office weekend of the year.
No movie made over $10 million that weekend. That's what that means. What place was it in? Fourth or something? I think The Nun beat it.
The Nun beat it. Yeah, 10 million. No, $8.3 million in its opening weekend.
Wow.
Which probably didn't even cover Sly's fucking salary for the
they said he wasn't even in it that much. They said he's more of a
of course
glorified cameo.
Of course, they're trying to fucking. That's what they're doing with everything. Let's take a successful idea and give it to kids, so hopefully the fans will continue to like it.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like what the game developers are doing, the AAA game developers.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I feel like this was just a paycheck for Sly. I don't think, it's
a passion project, dude. We're going rated R.
I really don't think it was a passion project, no. In other news, good news, the Star Trek fourth film with Chris Pine and Quinto and all those people.
Yeah, they're good
like
movies.
It's getting more momentum going. I don't know why they quit making them. They were great movies. I even liked the third one. Everybody said that sucked. I liked it.
It was good to me.
I don't know what's wrong with people.
I think they were successful, too.
Speaking with Collider, Star Trek 4 writer Lindsay Anderson Beer, what a name.
Beer.
Clarified that the long-awaited fourth installment is, in fact, underway and moving forward. So that is great news. Moving over to horror news, it looks like Michael Myers may live again as Miramax is shopping the franchise rights. Now, what that means is that... and
they're going beyond just movies, too, so we might even get a TV series.
Yeah. Could get a video game. Could get a book. Could get a lot of shit.
We could get an audiobook and an album. Michael Myers album, dude. Rap album.
Of course, everyone knows the David Gordon Green trilogy was the last time that we saw Michael on the big screens. It wrapped up things between him and Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode. This was a collaborative effort between Universal Pictures, Blumhouse Productions, and Miramax. Well, now, with the rights firmly back in Miramax's hand, the company is looking for ways to rejuvenate the franchise, and that includes possibly selling it off.
I think they should give it a little bit more time.
I agree. Everything is on the table at this time, and it's ultimately up to Miramax to field pitches and decide what is most appealing to them in the wake of Gordon Green's sequel trilogy. That comes from Bloody Disgusting, who obtained the story that Miramax was shopping the rights. Christian, we were kind of talking about this off mic before we started. I'm a huge Dick Tracy fan.
Yeah, you dressed up like him.
I did. Last year, I was Dick Tracy for Halloween. I am a fan of the Warren Beatty film.
Yeah, the movie.
I read some of the comic strips. I've listened to some of the radio broadcasts from the 40s, 30s, whatever. But I've just always liked the character. I like the idea of the straight-laced cop.
I like his watch in the Villains Gallery, the Rogues Gallery.
The Rogues Gallery is one of a kind. Well, a couple years ago, back in 2017, they had planned to do a comic book series with Dick Tracy that would be a lot like a Year One type story, where it would show how he kind of rose to, his infamy as a police officer in the city.
How he earned his golden jacket.
Right.
You earned it.
Again, comic form Dick Tracy hasn't been seen in decades.
Really.
It would have been great to see. Well, I'm not real sure what happened, but for whatever happened, it did not get made. The writer was Alex Segura, and artwork was Thomas Patilli, I think. But Segura now has another chance because they are going to do the Year One storyline. But this time it's going to be in 2024. March. Look at that shit.
Is that new artwork right there?
Yeah, that's new artwork from... Well, no, I think that's the artwork from the Scrap Project.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's going to be like a year one type story. I am so excited to see this because, like I said, I'm a huge Dick Tracy fan.
You like the noir.
I love noir.
Noir.
Epic Games had a bad week last week. They fired 870 employees because of Fortnite not performing to par.
Yeah, what's up with that? I guess the Battle Royale has lost some of its luster.
People are over it.
I think they said they're like doing something with the content creators, like the people, I guess, who like edit the levels and stuff like that, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't read
so
the
they're
story.
maybe like doing profit sharing that way, so they're not getting as much. They're paying more creators. So, but
well,
either
at the
way,
end of the day, a game like Fortnite, that's really who you should be paying, or the fuck, because they're the ones that keep the shit going.
Yeah, but it makes sense that they said Epic Games has been losing money for a while. You know, their game store like gives away free games every week.
Yeah, that's true.
So they've been operating at a loss for a while, and they just can't do it any longer.
Hell, Fortnite's free. I mean, you pay for fucking,
V-Bucks, dude. I got to get my battle pass, and
but I mean, you can play the game for free, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but where's the fun of that?
Yeah, you get your head blown off pretty quick.
I liked Fortnite's single player mode, Save the World, the player versus enemy mode. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't. No, I'm not a big Fortnite. I played Rocket League.
Oh,
I like that one.
It was just like you against zombies with up to 3 people. But it got surpassed for Battle Royale, and they just quit paying attention to it. They're like, yeah, there's no money in this.
Sounds about right.
Money makes the world go round, dog.
You're right. Henry Cavill is starring in a new spy film, and it's not James Bond.
No. It looked cool, though.
It's called Argyle. It's going to be released in theaters and on Apple TV. I did not watch the trailer. Sorry. Did you watch it?
I feel like I did, but I'm not sure.
It is a Matthew Vaughn piece.
I don't remember seeing this cat, but I remember seeing him.
There's a cat in the suitcase.
Yeah, that's Alfie.
With some lipstick, a ballpoint pen, and a silenced, what looks like a Glock.
It said some girl's been writing spy thrillers that are starting to resemble real life, and it's going to get her killed.
That's the plot of the movie? That's the plot of the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. The cast looks incredible. Henry Cavill, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara. She's never fucking in anything.
Dua Lipa,
Ariana DeBose. Oh, God damn it. Matthew Vaughn. I should have known he couldn't do a movie without John fucking Cena in it.
Sophia Boutella.
And Samuel L. Jackson. Damn. I'm going to check that. I'm about to watch that fucking trailer.
And he's the guy that did Kingsman.
Oh, he did Kingsman. He did Kick-Ass. He did fucking...
Yeah.
All that shit. All right.
You like Kick-Ass?
I loved Kick-Ass, yeah.
Good.
Sonic Superstars for the Switch is going to run at a smooth 60 frames per second. What does that mean, Christian?
It means it's not going to lag. It's not going to run at 60 frames per second. It's going to look smooth.
Is that something that the Switch has been having trouble with?
Well, no. A lot of games, run at 30 frames per second.
Okay.
And people are like, that's not good enough. We want 60 frames per second at least. So they're like, yeah, okay, we're going to do it. And the Switch is going to be able to handle it. Remember we talked about last week about
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the Switch couldn't handle that one, but they're saying that it's going to
So how the fuck are they going to handle 60 frames per second?
Oh, it's not as, I don't know, it's not as resource intensive as Mortal Kombat, or it's
perhaps
coded better, maybe?
Perhaps.
I'm not sure how it works. I don't know how Wi-Fi works, dude. Wireless electric charging. How does this stuff work?
You need to figure this shit out.
I wish I had a little book to tell me. Maybe like this book, House of Rejects.
A new book from Dustin McNeil looks to delve into the making of Rob Zombie's iconic trilogy. The Firefly trilogy is what it's known as.
It should have been called
Corpses.
The House of Rejects from Hell.
The Devil's Rejects and 3 from Hell. Great horror movies if you haven't seen them.
Rob Zombie, baby.
Rob Zombie at his best. I personally think Devil's Rejects is the best out of the trilogy.
I think a lot of people agree with that.
Probably. Because it had more of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type feel, which I always enjoy. I like psychos. knows?
I don't know. I'd say the House of a Thousand Corpses is more Texas Chainsaw.
It was almost goofy.
Well, I just meant the.
I didn't like.
I meant the story beats. I meant the story beats and all the other stuff. It's like Texas Chainsaw.
The kills were, yeah.
We have a dinner. We have the family, and blah blah blah.
But yeah, no, I didn't like the way it was lit. I didn't like it. It was too much.
I like the style of the first one.
Too much.
I liked it.
That's great. Good for you. The voice actor for Cal Kestis from the Jedi Survivor series ran his mouth at a Comic-Con and said that a third game is on the way.
They're working on it, folks. They need to get that other one working better, though, I think.
I think so. I believe that was the general
it needs an
consensus.
update.
Yeah, it needs a patch or something.
Remember when they used to make games not need patches, dude, that came out for your Nintendo, and you were like, that's it?
That's it. And it would last for years until it eventually either broke apart or disintegrated. Or you put crushed Oreos into the cartridges.
I remember Morrison, his brother Jim, smashing Nintendos.
Oh yeah, they were. The Morrison brothers have destroyed more consoles than anybody. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
through anger.
Yes, through anger. Yes, out of pure fucking blood red rage, they broke these consoles. If what this guy says, and what is his fucking name, Monaghan or something?
I don't know, dude.
Cameron Monaghan.
Monaghan.
He's the voice actor and the actor, the character control actor behind Cal Kestis from this new Star Wars Jedi video game series.
He's a mocap actor? No, they actually use his image.
Mocap. Okay.
I don't know.
I had to think about what that meant. I was like, mocap?
Mocap.
What's that? Oh, motion capture. Okay.
Motion capture.
If that tracks the new game, we should expect it in around 2027. God damn. All right, we're going to skip right over to the events because we are running way late. Edge, not looking good for WWE, looking more like AEW. Jade Cargill joined the roster, went to the Performance Center.
Yes, they had ESPN announce it and everything.
ESPN ran the story on it.
They're giving her a push already.
Huge push. And there are rumors that Raw could possibly be shopping around for another night during the week.
Because they're scared of Monday Night Football.
Yeah. What other night would you run?
And it's Monday Night Raw for a reason.
Yeah.
You don't just go Monday Night Raw now on Tuesdays.
Let's head over to our events. We have mentioned these before.
Event time. We got more events coming, folks.
Theo Vaughn and the Return of the Rat.
Return of the Rat.
Coming to the Mountain Health Arena November 11th, 2023. Tickets starting at $55. They are available at all Ticketmaster locations and the arena box office. Showtime is 8 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Why don't you get us some passes for that?
I don't want to go.
Why not?
I don't like leaving my house. I'll just watch him on...
You sound like me now.
I'll just watch him on YouTube. Well, maybe you're rubbing off on me. Maybe you need a change.
I wanted to go see him.
Bubba Flex is coming back to town. Always a good time when the guys are here. Age 18 and up at the Loud, Saturday, November 25th. Doors are at 7 p.m. Tickets are $18. You can get more info when you log on to theloudwv.com. That's theloudwv.com.
What was the date on that?
November 25th.
Gotcha.
Tool is coming to Charleston, West Virginia. If you have never seen Tool in concert, you are missing out. They're going to be in town November 4th, and tickets start at $75, I believe, is where they start. Yes, it is. But it's an experience.
Yeah.
7:30 p.m. showtime. Tickets on sale now. Again, all Ticketmaster locations or through the Coliseum box office. That's all the news and events I have, Christian.
It was a big show with that break.
Huge
and
show. Yeah. We had to have the breakdown, so that might take out a chunk of time. So maybe we're not as over as I think we are.
Okay.
But nevertheless, I'm tired of talking, and
I got to get home to those dogs.
Homecoming weekend for Marshall. Welcome everybody that's come home. We never left. So we appreciate your support. Don't forget Podomatic.com, PODOMATIC.com /GeekZip podcast. You'll find links to our social media, our Patreon account, our donation link for PayPal, and a whole lot more. Don't forget, follow our Video premieres every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Christian and I join the voice chat. Not the voice chat.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be here this week, I don't think.
Okay, the text chat
So I'll
for
be on the road.
the premiere. Yes, Christian's going out of town.
You got any money for me, too?
We'll talk. Jesus Christ. So anyway, make sure you join us for that. For everyone, for Christian, for Ali Z, have a great week.
Yeah, boy.